is Josiah. And the question we're asking on POV today is, are Chelsea real title contenders in the Premier League? Yes, that's the question. Are they real title contenders? So over the weekend, it was a matchup between themselves and London neighbours. That's Tottenham Hotspurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And guess what? Chelsea are winning once more in the Premiership. They beat Tottenham Hotspurs despite going two goals down very early in that game. Chelsea ended up winning by 4 goals to 3. And then I was Kopama with a double over there helping Chelsea to that 4-3 victory. So it's a good win for them. But, that win actually takes Chelsea to outrightly to second place on the league log. So now you wouldn't find Chelsea, on the same point with Arsenal. They are outrightly second on the league log, which is quite, comes as a shocking news. Yes, they've actually worked their way there, but considering their poor form when the season started, and also considering the fact that Enzo Maresca was going to succeed, Mauricio Pochettino, whom everyone thought, was going to stay with Chelsea, and then also that Chelsea job was going to be difficult. But, let's give credit to this coach. He's really done marvelously well, and, we need to doff our hats off for him. But the question is, do you think per their performances, they are actually title contenders? Because Enzo Maresca, after the game, was quick to react to that news. He was asked if he thinks Chelsea are actually title contenders at this season. And he just laughed it off, saying that, he doesn't believe the likes of Manchester City, Liverpool, and co will all be slipping as far as the title race is concerned. But already we've seen teams slip. We've seen Manchester City struggle. They are yet to win any of their last 6 away Premier League games. It's not really been good for them. Arsenal also dropped point over the weekend at the Craven Cottage against Fulham. So they also held to a 1-0 draw. In a game they could have won, but unfortunately VAR had to rule off, their winning goal. What could have been their winning goal? Because Martinelli was adjudged to be in an offside position. So Arsenal dropping points. Manchester City also at the Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace couldn't even take the lead in that game. They had to, come from behind twice to end a point over there. That game between Everton and then also Liverpool at the Goodison Park was also called off due to some adverse weather conditions. So, it looks like this season actually went in favor of Chelsea. They did so well because, after going 2 down, it was Jadon Sancho who scored a spectacular goal. Kopama scored. There was Enzo Fernandez with a goal, and then Kopama, putting the icing on the cake, despite the fact that Heung-min Son later pulled one back. But it's the coach's word, that we are trying to take a critical look at and see if it's we analyze it and see if it's actually true. Because now after that game Chelsea played, so after 15 games in the Premier League, they are now on 31 points, and guess what? They are only 4 points behind Liverpool, who are the league leaders for now. But mind you, Liverpool's game against Everton was called off, because that game couldn't be honored due to bad weather. So yes, Liverpool have got a game in hand. But let's just stick to what we have currently. So Chelsea are only 4 points behind leaders Liverpool, which to me comes as a surprise because I didn't know Chelsea, could close in the gap. Yes, if Liverpool should win that game, it means they'll end up opening a 7-point gap between themselves and second place Chelsea. If Liverpool should draw that game, which could be rescheduled later on in the season, then it means they open up a 5-point gap between themselves and Chelsea. If Liverpool should lose, that means the point gap stays at 4. But, shockingly for Chelsea, this season in 15 games, they've scored 35 goals. And guess what? It's the highest number of goals any team at all in the Premier League has scored. And not just that, they've only lost twice in 15 games this season. And those losses came on match week 1 when they lost to Manchester City at home in their very first game when everyone was thinking, no, this Chelsea team are not even serious. And then the other defeat came at the Anfield where they lost to league leaders Liverpool. Since then, they've earned points against Arsenal, they've earned points against Manchester United, they've earned points against some bigger oppositions. They've even beaten Aston Villa at home. So are we just looking at this Chelsea team and thinking, see, this is the team to contend for the title? Not even Manchester City, considering their poor run of form. This Chelsea team is a team to look at. And guess what? They have players who are playing so well. The likes of Kopama, who is arguably, their best player. There's Enzo Fernandez, whom after so much criticism, is living up to the billing. Not just him. Jadon Sancho was a mess at Manchester United. No one wanted him, in a red shirt. But now, in a blue shirt, he looks like a different man. So do you think that the performances we are seeing from Chelsea so far this season would actually make them, genuine title contenders. Yes, it's only 15 games into the season. There's quite more to go. I think 23 more games to play. But looking at what we are seeing with Enzo, Maresca, the way he tries to, rotate the squad in between their Conference League and then also the Premier League makes them real contenders. Now they are fighting for 3 titles: the UEFA Conference League, the Premier League, and then they are still in the FA Cup. They've been knocked out of the Carabao Cup. But are you looking at this Chelsea team thinking that, yes, based on all the factors we've put before you, makes them genuine contenders? You can also have your say